Braden.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the win. We were just talking to Coach Wallace about you. Just kind of talk about your background a little bit before we talk about today's game. I know you've been at Louisville. Coach Wallace, he said he recruited you out of high school, and you really wanted to be a part of this program when you got the job. Just kind of, what was that process like for you?
Yes, sir. So I met Wally when I was a junior in high school. He was recruiting me back when he was at Notre Dame. Ultimately, I ended up deciding to go to Louisville, but as soon as I hit the transfer portal and as soon as I saw Wally got the job here, he was just a coach that I wanted to play for, and I just knew the program he was going to build was going to be a powerhouse and somewhere I wanted to play.
What would you say was Wallace the deciding factor of why you come here, or what kind of other factors influenced you coming to UCF?
I would say it was a lot of things. One, coming back to Florida, being originally from Florida, it was nice to be able to stay in state, but ultimately Wally was the major factor.
Yeah, talk to me your Louisville career. I know you're coming off an injury. How much did you play? When did you get hurt? And how long had it been since you played every day?
So my freshman year, I redshirted. I didn't play a single inning, single pitch.
Was that 2022?
That was, yes, 2022.
Okay.
And then last year, I tore my ACL in the fall, so I didn't play baseball at all until middle of this summer that just passed. And then, so honestly, it's been 3 years.
So this is really the first time you've been playing everyday type baseball.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, during a regular season. So, I mean, how cool, I guess, or how thrilling was it to, I guess beginning of the season, you weren't starting, but then you got that starting job at second. You've been playing every day since then, playing well every week. How awesome is it out there to be out there playing, I guess?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's the game I love. It's what I love to do. It's what I've grown up doing. It's what I want to do forever. So, I mean, it's just been great to be out there doing what I can to help the team win.
What does it mean to be back in Florida? Your family, I'm sure, is here every weekend. I would imagine. What's that like?
Yeah, it's great. Only 2 hours from home. Got to see my whole family out there today. It's nice when they can come up on the weekends, get to see them. It was a hard travel for them to come see Louisville, so it's been way nicer out here. And you gotta love the sun, right?
Yeah. I mean, you get a chance to play in conference play, go on a tear, earn that starting job. What's it been like facing these Big 12 batters, and what have you been seeing in the batter's box that's kind of helped you get to the point you've gotten to?
It's definitely been tough. I mean, every team has good arms. We've seen that. It's just things we're working on in the cage. Just really focus on seeing the ball, staying through the ball. Just let your hands do the work. Don't try to do too much, and good things will happen.
So you exhibited a little bit of power today.
Yes,
first home run.
Yes,
what was that feeling like?
It was great. Honestly, you didn't feel anything. It's just one of those where you square it up and the ball just gets going. And luckily enough, I got it over the wall, and it was a great feeling for the first time.
Did you hit many home runs in high school, or?
I had one my senior year. That was it.
So this was your second home run, I guess.
Much,
high school.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty cool, yeah.
How did it feel to join the home run party today? Mikey Klusk, of course, had his first home run of the season last night, and now you're one of 8 home runs tonight. That ties a team single-game record.
It was great. I mean, the team was seeing the ball well. We had a tough game Friday, but the message of the team was really just bounce back, have competitive at-bats, and you saw it yesterday. You saw it today. Every single player was in there. Every pitch, they were locked in and trying to do their job.
Yeah, can you elaborate on that, the difference between just what you were seeing on Friday versus what you've seen the next 2 games, putting up 40 runs overall?
At the end of the day, I think it was just how competitive we were in the box. I think Friday night the energy was a little bit down. It's not used to what we're seeing, but I mean, after we talked to Coach Wallace and then we had the meeting the next day, it was just get back to UCF baseball, get back to doing the things we do, and we did that the past 2 days, and the results show that.
Just talk about the team chemistry and how important it is to come back from a tough loss last weekend and on Friday just to come back and take a win.
Yeah, the team chemistry is great. I mean, even when we lose, we have a tough game, especially last weekend. We were in every single game. We were in all 3 of those games, but it really never gets down on us. We know our guys. We know our pitchers. We know our hitters. Everyone trusts each other. We all know at the end of the day we're going to get our job done when the time comes.
Kind of on that note, how big was it to finish strong this weekend? And they still got a midweek, but you kind of needed to get that mojo back going into another Big 12 series this weekend.
I think it's huge. I mean, anytime you can put up runs like that, it's great. It builds the confidence of the hitters. The pitchers now, they see that we can do it. They don't have to be perfect, just attack hitters, and we can get the job done. And I think it's really good going into this midweek and next weekend.
What do you feel like a series like this does for the team going forward as you try to make that conference push in what looks like still a pretty wide open Big 12?
I think it's just it was another tough series. I mean, every team you prepare for is exactly the same. You just go out there, you do your job, play UCF baseball, and I think showing that we can do that and showing a different type of us in the box is going to be huge going into next weekend.
for a guy who really hasn't been playing since high school every day. Like, I know you still have a season left to go, but what's been your favorite moment this year? Was there a big moment, a big turning point for you that?
Honestly, my favorite moment was the day I got here and I met everybody, and just as soon as I walked in the locker room and we introduced each other, it was pretty much, we had a lot of transfers, so it was a lot of new guys meeting people, but I could just tell as soon as you walked in that this team had a chemistry that unlike teams I've been on before, and it's huge, and it's been a great factor for us.
What's the difference between the team that you kind of walked in and introduced yourself to on that day? What's the biggest difference between then versus now, both you individually and as a team?
I'd say one is trust. I think we trust each other with everything now. We know everyone's got each other's back, and that's going to be huge in the long run. And also just the talent. I mean, Coach Wallace has done a great job with us, developing us. I mean, every day we get better. We preach that. Every single day we're still working hard to get better. And if you look at us now versus the beginning of the fall, it's a completely different team with completely different ball players. And I commend all of them for the work we put in and the job we do.
Great stuff. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Braden. Thank you.